Hello everyone, Byron from Human Stability. I'm now on my trip, my exciting nature trip that I was discussing in the previous video about my nature bicycle that I was going to take. So we're here now, and it's fantastic. I woke up this morning in this nature home that I built, this little enclosure. I'm in an area, just fairly close to where I live, but it's all natural. It's all wooded parkland, lake shore, and it's just really beautiful. And I woke up this morning to birds chirping, and last night I had two forms of crickets going at the same time, while I can hear the lakeshore waves coming up, while I can hear the wind in the trees, and at the same time I heard a woodpecker, I think, on one side as well. So it's just like the sounds that I have around this area are amazing, and I've actually been able to spiritually, what I'm looking for is a place for me to build a permanent home where I'm going to live, kind of like a little cottage, by the lake. And that's what I actually found, and that's what I built. And so this is going to be where I'm going to be living for for a little portion of my life. Half the time here and half the time more down in the city, closer into the city. And so it worked out perfectly, and I'm just so blessed that how things worked out here, and really used the senses carefully. Yesterday was a little bit tough because I had to have my bicycle, and I had to kind of put my bicycle somewhere, hide it, and I have only limited a certain amount of time. I had to figure out where I was going to build the home, and with the spirit, it's always the best that you try to do something right the first time, because you can't really come back and do it again, and so I have to make sure that I pick the best spot and whatever. But now it's great because for 24 hours today I can just relax, and they have a beach nearby on the sand where I'm going to be, and I got my crystals with me. I got my quartz crystals that I got 8 quartz crystals. I use them all the time, but I brought them up with me, and I got them. I'm going to have them charged in the sunlight today and stuff, which is really great. And I can just relax for the day. So I had a nice apple and orange this morning, had my breakfast, and just got up not too long ago. I just walked down to the lake shore. It's beautiful the way I've got my enclosure here. It's enclosed right on kind of a little bit of a peninsula, just by the water. So anyway, right in behind me here is the actual home I did. It's very similar to the home that I built on a mountain structure that was similar. It's similar to this that I did before a couple years ago, but this is going to be a much better location for me. The energy here is so. The great thing about this location is it's fresh air, like it's fresh breeze coming off the lake shore, because it's a totally natural area. Where I was before, it was still in the city, but this is like right out in the country, just like it's almost like it's parkland, but it's just like right. It's not anywhere near any built-up areas, so the oxygen, the air is so much fresher, and it's coming off the lake shore from that direction. So it's like, there's no cars, fumes or anything. It's very clear, and it's pretty much untouched area. Most of it's totally natural area. So I'm just very happy where I've got myself placed here. So yeah, I'm just going to show you a little bit around it. I'll bring the camera around and show you a little bit closer to what I built. And I've only built half of it because it's a little bit small right now. And I've built the enclosure where I'm going to sleep, but I'm going to have to build the other half of it. And then I can I'll do another video when I've got the whole thing done later. Another month from now, I have to come up and finish the other half of it, but it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be I don't think anyone's gonna see me here. I really don't think so. I'm not bothering anyone, and I'm keeping it low key. But I got a perfect spot, so I'm gonna show you. We'll check it out here. this is it. This is the home that I built, and it's almost looks like an alien ship or something. It's really funny, the construction, because I'm just working off of the branches that I had available. So going down here, I've got one main rivet, one main branch for the structure, for the main spine of it, and then I've got a branch going down there, another one going down there. So it's just like a little bit of a teepee type style, but it's really funny how it sits like that. So really, it's almost like a cocoon or something, and it really is a cocoon for your body. So you sleep in there. It's almost like a big sleeping bag, you know, with extra space, tons of extra space. So you just go in there with your body and you lie, but you need an extra part to sit up in and to make it nice, you know. So I'll show you from the other side what it looks like and what I'm thinking of adding to finish the construction of it. This is from the other side. You can see from the front side of it here, I guess there's no real front or back, but this is the other side here that you can see. You know, I've got the inside it here, you know, it's just basically my stuff inside here with a sleeping bag and stuff for now. It's pretty rugged, but inside there. But you know, it's basically going to give me the ability to have a section added on here, which is what I'm planning to do. So all around this area here, I'm planning to add an additional section to it, so I could sit up in here and I could enjoy myself, and then I could just sleep in there, you know, and like make a little door that I could come in and out of. And because of the way these trees are, you see the way these trees are all together, it gives you a lot to work with. So it's kind of like this enclosure. It's nice because these trees here, you know, they camouflage it from the one side. You don't really see it, and from the other side, you know, it's very difficult to see from the lake shore, so it's not going to be bothering anyone. And so I should just sit peacefully here and have my little home. So that's what I'm planning to do. It's kind of like a little cottage, little home away from home, you know, and that's it. So basically, if you're looking to make a home for yourself, and you know, you want to make it simple, that's what you can do. Just what I did, just like that. You know, you set up a tent for yourself if you want, but you know, with the environment, and you know, to make it solid so that it really lasts through the rain and through the wind, and practical for yourself. And it's also fairly cheap too, quite cheap. Like the tarping, you know, for a 10 to 12 tarp is only about it's only about $12 or so, $15. So it's not expensive either. And you use duct tape, you use string, you work off the trees. It's almost like, you know, when somebody puts a hammock, they put a hammock on the trees. Well, you could do all the same stuff like that. Yeah, and that's what I used with the branches and things like that. So you just use that material, and you make yourself you know, your own nature home, your own cottage away from home if you want. And it's not a case of legalities, you know. It's not a case of you know, you necessarily need always you know, verbal permission. You need spiritual permission, and the definition of spiritual permission in nature, really, like other animals and other things, is that you're not bothering anything, you're being loving, you're being sensitive to the environment and people around and things. And if you're doing that, then you basically are in what you call free energy, free electromagnetic energy, and likely you're not going to have a problem, because if you're not looking for one, you're likely not going to find one. So that's basically my attitude when it comes to things like that, you know. In this world, you know, not everything comes free because of the way energy is, but, you know, when you apply yourself, you know, in a more natural manner, like animals do, then that's why you see what you can do and work off the environment with it. So, yeah, as long as you don't disturb anyone, as long as you keep the peace, you can really do some interesting things. So that's my motto on that. So hope you enjoyed the video on the home. That in my little I'm just sharing my happiness with this little getaway that I'm on here, and my life's going to change quite a bit because I did find this area, and I'm very happy about that. And so I just thought I'd share that. And blessings to everyone. And next time I come up here again, we're going to finish the home. I'm going to finish the home, and we're really going to see how this thing can work. And then I'll shoot another video, and we'll discuss
I'll show you further, how it's working.
Good morning. This is the next morning, and I'm ready to leave. So again, beautiful weather like we had yesterday, and I just took I had to get a pretty good sleep last night because to be honest, when I rode my bike it was pretty heavy with the load and my knees were pretty sore kind of for the weekend a little bit, so I had a lot of time to rest, get the chi energy flow going in my body, and I had a pretty good sleep last night in this nice new little home I made. But I've got everything covered over here with like a camouflage kind of, so it's not like I'm trying to run from people seeing it or anything, but nobody really will because they don't go really in this area. But it's just good to have it. It's creative and nice and blends into the environment, and it just looks good. So I've already covered it all up. I'm going to show you what that looks like a little bit with the camera here, and then I'm going to take off because it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I don't want to get myself fried today with the weather as I'm biking back. So here's what we did. You'll see I've got it all covered over here with a combination of broken down logs, broken down bark chunks, logs, and grass that's been washed up on the lakeshore, like lakeshore grass and stuff like that. And it's really cool. It just, because of the fact that we're working, you see, with a stump here, and because of the fact that these trees are all together, they're all coming to like it is actually a broken stump. Like this big tree here is actually a dead tree, and it was already dead alongside the living trees because there used to be another tree that was growing here before in the base. You can see that, and then the new trees grew around that. So basically I worked with the whole concept creatively to just cover it up perfectly, and you'll see I've got like what looks to be washed up stuff covering the tarping, and everything just kind of twines itself together, so it really is not very noticeable. It just looks like a bunch of washed up stuff that came up from the shore, and it's washed up. So that's the idea. So there you go, there you have it. So yeah, taking off now, and I'll be coming back up here again to continue the construction and finish it, and then the rest of the year we're going to be living up here I'm going to be living up here through the winter. I'm going to be living up here. They have a nice lodge nearby so I can warm up, so I'm going to be up here for the winter time pretty much. I'm going to be up here for the fall, and I'm going to be here for the spring. I'm going to be here permanently. So cool, eh? There you go. All right, next time. Bon matin. Good morning, everybody. Here I am. I'm back up to my mountain, or my I shouldn't say my mountain anymore, but my lake nature home that I've developed here, and I finished it. So this is 2 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later, maybe almost close to 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And yeah, as I figured, nobody's been in the area. It's fantastic. I come out here, get off the bus, and come out here at 7:30 at night. There's nobody in the parkland, nobody in the area. It's just me alone out here. Fantastic. It's nice. It's nice to be social, but it's nice to have your energy alone in nature and your own personal space. And so this is great. It's giving me that. And so I finished the little home that I built here. I'm just sitting here, and it's about 7 in the morning, and I'm having my fruit, my candle, 7 in the morning here, and enjoying myself, taking it slow. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing too elaborate about this thing I've built here, but it is nice. It's just basically like a big tent, really. It's like a big one-man kind of tent. You've seen the in the other parts of the video there, I showed what it's like from the outside, so there's no need to show it again. But it's like I've just filled in the one side of it and finished it up, and I'm gonna keep it fairly simple. I don't want to put any more work into it for this year, probably, maybe next spring, but I just want to come up here and have a place to reside, shelter myself, and from the rain. And I keep my sleeping bag and I keep my pillow here, so I don't have to bring them with me. It's just like a little cottage. You come out here and relax. Yeah. So that's it. You know, I've done it and had a good sleep, and gonna go down to the lake shore this morning, and I have an experience doing my yoga on the beach. Now that's what I really wanted to do. Last time I was here, I didn't really get a chance to. Too many people on the beach, and I was busy. But there's nothing like going down to a beach on the sand and doing your yoga in the morning, right on the sand, on the beach, right by the water. You can probably hear in the background the water, the waves. They're actually smashing up against the rocks right now. Probably hear that on the microphone, on the camera. It's really beautiful. It's really amazing. So I'm going to go down to the beach and enjoy myself down there, and yeah, perhaps I'll shoot a little video down there, and we'll add it to this video. Maybe we'll just continue this video, and I'll add a few extra shots of the location around here that I'm residing, so you can get a sense of the place. Because my residence here is kind of simple. It's just really a big tent, like you've seen. So it's a beautiful area. So bye bye everybody. See you down at the beach. It's yoga time. Bye. Well, here I am down by the beach, and it's perfect. I'm getting ready to do my yoga pretty soon, and it's just going to be total bliss. This is it. These trees are beautiful. The whole trees around the area are just fantastic. They grow very large. As I have a little tree video that I made on the value of trees, where I shot a couple of these trees, but they're just, some of the trees around the area are just huge because of the water, the energy, and the area, and they're close to the water, so they have a lot of water to absorb. So they're very large. It's very beautiful, and so yeah, I'm gonna do my yoga. I'm gonna stay here for a couple of hours and have my lunch, and then that's where the real adventures begin. I'm gonna shoot some more videos, and we'll see the different area, the explorations I'm making today, and I'll share it with you. And please join me. Join yourself with nature, and give yourself similar experiences, and it's free and costs you nothing, and it's important for the chakras. It's important for the chakras to especially for your upper chakras, your throat chakra, your growth, your expansion, to give yourself a variety of different experiences to have, and different exciting environments and experiences. They got to switch, they got to change, and you got to give yourself something new to see and something new to explore. Exploration is what opens the chakras, what removes the blockages from the system, and so it's important. So anyway, yeah, join me in bliss, and let's enjoy together, and I'll show you some more stuff as I go through my adventures today. Now it's yoga time. I gotta stand on my head. Hopefully I'll be balanced. Bye. Well, here I am back, relaxing at my house. It didn't exactly work how I planned to come out into the. I had such high hopes for that area that I went to experience, and I hoped it was going to be a nice open concept field, where the grass is not too long, and you get some nice oak trees and stuff like that. But it was really tough terrain. That's the thing about natural areas, is that some are really ideal for human life and just for meditational areas, and peaceful and serene. And some areas you have high mosquitoes and it's very dense. That particular area where I was is very dense, very very high level of mosquitoes, and it's very hot. My particular, everybody's a little different in their body's energy, that some people can handle high heats very easily, and the high heats don't bother them. Like walk around in Africa all day long or across the desert, it doesn't bother. And some people are more susceptible to heat. Their energy is being lowered, and they can't function as freely in the heat. And I'm kind of a light-skinned guy, you know, and when I get a lot of heat, like very, very hot, it wears my energy down a little bit. So, because it was pretty hot, and it was getting very dense, I got out into the bushes there and got onto the field, and it was very long grass. I was walking in grass. It was actually like corn stacks. It was that high, and then I had to get myself back to a trail and then back down again. So now I'm gonna go to sleep, go rest for a couple hours, take the pressure off myself, and then we're gonna go off. I'm gonna go off into a more try to find a more careful, more blissful, nicer area around this area. I'm lucky where I have myself residing here. You know, it's we're actually sleeping here because it's a very, very nice area. But there's a lot of other great areas, so didn't quite work out as planned. But we're gonna go check out the more blissful areas, and see you later. Check it out in a minute when I wake up. Well, actually 2 hours from now. Right now I have to dry my socks, and oh yeah, also too, another thing I'm gonna just show you too. I mention my videos all the time, but coconut oil. See this little container of coconut oil? It's nice to carry yourself a little something like that with you. Just get yourself a little glass container like that, and put yourself some virgin coconut oil in that, and you carry it with you and around, because it comes in handy if you run into situations where you've got some dense bush that's scratched your legs a little bit, or you know, some poison ivy hit or something like that it's not very nice, you know, or something like that, or you know, bug get stung or things like that. It's just good for the skin. That's what I just did. I put it, because it was such dense bush, and you get some of those bushes that are spiked and stuff like that, you know, I just put this coconut oil on. 6 hours later, 24 hours later, you'll be relaxed, your skin feels good. So recommendations: coconut oil. Okay, so I'm gonna get 2 hours sleep, and then we're gonna go check out some more blissful area and see what's like. Bye. Just getting to know the area a little bit better, and you know, and see what there is around here. You know, I'm gonna come up 2 times in October, so I'm really gonna see what I want to do. But you know, it's a little bit tiring today. I'm gonna head around the trail and back, and then I'm gonna finish off with a nice meditation by the waterfront, and then I'm gonna get a good night's sleep tonight. My legs have been walking for a while, especially after that last situation in the field. But yeah, it's a beautiful area, as you can see. Nice open land, and I'm gonna continue on. So this is a really nice area here. Beautiful. You'll see the wooded area. Very nice. Very unique. It's almost mystical, like just the way the trees are growing in here, and in the particular atmosphere. It's really interesting. You can see these stone walls that they built, little stone walls that go along here, that were built years ago, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But it's just really interesting. It's really beautiful. You can see how the light is shining in the evening here, coming through. Mosquitoes are just terrible though. Mosquitoes are biting the crap out of me now, so I gotta head back to the waterfront. But yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful area. Nice little trip around I did. I'm gonna finish up at the waterfront and meditate with getting my feet in the water. Oh, these mosquitoes are just terrible. All right, we're gonna get to the water pretty shortly. Here we are, end of the day. Yeah. Put my feet right in the water. It's just beautiful. You look at it. Sun's about to set. Got my candle. Thought it would be fun just to bring my candle down to the water. I've never had an experience where you actually have a candle sitting by the water with you, but it's nice. And this is just great. You know, I'm gonna take some nice still shots just as this, some nice photos just as the sun is setting. It's beautiful, man. And so I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy it and take it in. And 2 more weeks from now, I'm gonna come up again. And 2 weeks after that again, 2 times in October. This is September. And so October, it's gonna be really nice. All the leaves are gonna be changing and everything. And it's gonna be beautiful. So I'm gonna bring up my my still camera and take shots of all the leaves and changing leaves and stuff. So peace to everybody. And this is why we got to spend as much time in nature as possible, because it's who we really are, and it brings out the best in everyone. So again, peace out. Love to all.